so much for tuning in. If you are new, hello, my name is Thanda Xaba. I'm a homeschooling mama. I have 5 kids. I am working and homeschooling at the same time. And on this channel, I share content like this one, and I also share some vlogs, and basically I share everything about my life. So if you're interested in those kind of videos, please consider subscribing to my channel. Also, you can follow me on social media. I'll leave all my links in the description box. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, yeah, you name it. Homeschooling is a marathon, and it can be a very long one, especially if you have a number of kids. It does not need to be rushed, and we can use every opportunity we get to learn from other people and from their experiences. We learn every day, and on this video I'll share 5 things that I've learned as a homeschooler. When you're considering homeschooling, you run around a lot looking for information, basically just doing your research about the whole thing. And if you're coming across this video and you are one of those people, hi, we can be friends. I hope you will learn from my mistakes, and I hope you'll learn from the things that I've learned. Obviously, I've learned more than just 5 things in this journey, because we learn every day, like I said. But I will share only 5 things that I've learned as a new homeschooler. Okay, someone might be asking why 5, because 5 is a magic number. No, not really, because I think it's easier to remember 5 things than to remember maybe 17 things, you know. So I'll be sharing 5 things that I've learned, and there, like I said, there are more than 5, but let's get to it. So the first thing that I've learned is that when you homeschool, the whole family is at school. Like literally everyone, from the parents to children and even to family pets. And I'm not joking, like everyone is at school. I once posted this on my Instagram page, and I received an overwhelming response from my followers, like people shocked that there's so much going on in homeschoolers' families, you know. It's not just the curriculum, but it's almost like the whole it's like you're changing the whole lifestyle for your family, really. And there's just so much more than just the curriculum. This is why the curriculum, as much as it's important, but it's not the only thing that is so important when it comes to homeschooling. There are lots of other things that really contribute to the success or the failure of your homeschool. When you homeschool, like, everyone in your household will learn something. It can be something that maybe your kids are learning about each other, or maybe it's something that you learn about your kids, or it could be something that your kids learn about you and your parenting style. Like, there's like a countless number of things that the whole family can learn from the whole experience. So if you are thinking of homeschooling your kids, but you still feel like you don't fully understand your kids, or you don't know certain things about yourself, or you still have some sort of insecurities, this is just to tell you that it's okay, just do it. You don't have to figure out everything at the beginning. You will learn together as a family, and the things that you worry about so much, you only find out that maybe they're not so important in your family, and then you'll discover other things that are important. Oh, by the way, I have my filming partner here, Entle, my 3-year-old. As a homeschooling parent, you learn a lot about yourself and about your parenting style, and you know, like your family vision, just seeing it each and every day, and seeing if you are getting the pieces that you need to get to wherever you see your family in the future. So it's a lot to learn about yourself, it's a lot to learn about your kids and the kids, and also his siblings. Like for my kids, I have 5 kids. They are 7 years and under, so they spend most of the time together since we homeschool. So they get to learn a lot about their siblings. They get to know what their siblings like, what their siblings hate. And I think that can be a good thing and a bad thing, because you know exactly how to annoy your siblings, but also you also know how to cheer them up if they're not feeling well. Children also learn how to handle conflicts, because they will fight, they will definitely fight, you know. they're spending most of the time together, and whether doing something together or but just being in each other's spaces. So they will fight and they will learn a lot how to resolve conflict. And you, as well as a parent, like I was saying, you'll also learn about your parenting style and how you want things done basically in your household. Because if everything is smooth, how are you going to learn all the other things? Lastly, on that point, when we talk about academics now, I find myself shocked at the level of detail of the things that my kids are learning. And it's either I didn't learn those things or my memory is not doing justice because I don't remember those things. I've learned a lot about planets, like now homeschooling my kids, than I ever did. I've learned a lot about insects, about my country, about a lot of things. So I find myself learning a lot the from the material that my kids use. My second point is homeschooling does not have to be school at home. I'm gonna repeat that. Homeschool does not have to be school at home. It really doesn't have to. I remember when we were getting started, there was a time where, don't judge please, there was a time where I made my kids to raise their hands if they want to speak. I know I'm not proud either. But I did that because I thought maybe, the methods that I use at school, I thought they know why they're doing those things. Maybe they're effective and they're going to make things a little bit easier. But it didn't work. It didn't work at all. And I had to learn that this is not school at home. This is still their home. I'm still their mother. I'm not their teacher. I'm their mother who's teaching them. So just like you teach your child how to bath or how to feed themselves, how to play certain sports, how to do anything, it's the same thing with home education or homeschool. You're teaching them that. It's just that now you're teaching them math, you're teaching them the clock, you're teaching them how to add, you're teaching them how to handle their money and about their bodies, that kind of stuff. But it's still, you're still the parent. You're not the principal, you're not the teacher. And the relationship that is most important is the parent child relationship. So this is not school, it is still home. Still on the same point, I also learned that we don't have to start school at 7:30 until 2 or until 1:30, like in traditional schools. This was a hard one for me because I would feel like we're missing something when we finish eating. Okay, let's see volume, babe. Let's see volume, my princess. So this was a hard one for me because I felt like we were missing something when we finished with our schoolwork earlier. Because I'm thinking at school they spend like 6 hours or even 8 hours. So there's surely something that I've missed. But I've learned that this is homeschool. It's not school at home. It's homeschool. Everything is different. The approach is different. The way you teach your child is not the same way as they teach children at school. And there's just so many factors that contribute to us being able to finish our schoolwork earlier than like children at school. I have a reel on my Instagram where I was basically saying my neighbors are shocked when they see my kids playing outside at 11 a.m.
Don't be shocked. You're shocked? You're shocked?
And that reel was like, don't be shocked, don't be shocked, you're shocked. But yeah, man, like it's true. My kids are spending more time outside because they finish with their schoolwork, they do their chores, and then they can play outside and be kids. Also, under the same point that this is not school at home, our homeschool can start very early in the morning, depending on our schedule for the day, or it can even start late. So it really depends on the lifestyle, on the what's happening in that day, and your availability as a parent, your children's availability, and on a number of things. Really, like, I can make a whole video about this, but it doesn't have to start when school starts. You know, it can start earlier. It can start at 5 a.m. It can start at 6. It can start even later than 7:30. Maybe it can start at 9 or 10 or 12. It depends on what's going on in your house. Okay, so I'm just going to emphasize that homeschool is not school at home, and there are actually a number of ways to teach your child. This actually leads me to that point that homeschool kids don't necessarily have to sit down at 7:30 until 2 p.m. just because the other kids are sitting down at school. It doesn't have to be like that. It really doesn't have to be like that. The way everything is packaged and the way you teach your kids as a homeschooling family, it's different than the way things are done at school. So that means that you really don't have to make your child sit for like 6 to 8 hours just to do school. When you homeschool, you might actually get work done much quicker than you thought, and even much thorough, hey, because your kids will ask questions. Oh, they will ask questions. This is leading me to the fourth point. Children ask questions. Children question everything. They question everything, from the math methods that you're teaching them to handwriting techniques or whatever the case might be, but they will question everything. This is actually a good thing because it makes it so difficult for them to forget what they've learned. So it's a good thing because they won't forget if they got to understand why certain things are done a certain way. So that's a plus. So when your kids are asking you too many questions and sometimes you feel like you don't have the answers, it's okay. They are learning. You're also learning. Going hand in hand with point number 4, that kids ask too many questions, is it's okay for me to don't know. I don't have to know all the answers, and that's a lesson on its own. I don't have to know all the answers. The kids can actually help us search for the answers. Oof, sorry, the sun. Kids can actually help you find the answers, so you don't have to know all the answers as a parent. So as much as they're asking so many questions, you don't have to have the answers. There's a quote by Albert Einstein. It says that the important thing is to not stop questioning. Curiosity has a reason for its existence. Like, that's on point. Curiosity has a reason for its existence. So when you feed your child's curiosity, you're actually helping them to learn that whatever thing that they desire to know. So it's a good thing. When they're asking questions, it's a good thing. And when you're asking questions and you don't know the answers, it's still a good thing because you get to look for the answers together. Last point is every day is different. Every day is different. We might have a timetable or a schedule that we follow, but it doesn't necessarily guarantee that each and every day it's going to be like that, because mommy might not be feeling well, or the child might not be feeling well, or we might need to attend to something as a family and it can disturb our routine. So every day is different, and that's okay. There was a time last year where we lost close family members, like me and my husband, and it felt like we lost them at the same time, because in a period of like 2 months we lost like 6 members from each family's side, and that was a dark place for our family, and it was hard. And most of the time we were traveling like to the funerals, and so it was hard for us, but I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my kids. They managed to to persevere, and basically we walked through that dark path together as a family, and they were able to catch up and to do the work. Like, I'm really proud of them. So every day is different, right? So one day you might be your child's best mommy in the world because maybe you cooked their favorite meal and you read their favorite book and you played Play-Doh with them. You did all the right things in their eyes, so you're the best mommy ever. That can be a good day for you. That's good. And then the next day you might be you might be feeling low for certain reasons, maybe because of the stress from work, or the stress from just your life, or from even the kids, and you can feel overwhelmed sometimes. Like I said, that I'm working in homeschooling, so sometimes it does feel like a lot, and so sometimes you might be feeling low. Like yesterday with the best mommy, and the following day you're the worst mommy, and maybe you want your child to do something that they don't like, or whatever reason you cook something they don't like, or like there's so many reasons that can take you from there to here. But I've learned that every day is different, and we should embrace every day, because those days are still our homeschool days, whether they are good or bad, but they are still our homeschool days, and they deserve to be embraced the same way. And I'm saying this for the parents, but it can also be vice versa for a child. A child might be feeling on top of the world today, and then tomorrow they not feeling it, they don't want to do anything. So every day is different, and just embrace that. Now it's your chance to tell me in the comment section which one is your favorite point. I think for me those were my top 5 lessons, but I can still do another 5, because like I'm saying, that so many lessons that we learn every day. So if you managed to watch until this far, please just leave me 5 stars, then I know that you went through all the 5 lessons with me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I do have a number of videos on how we homeschool, how we do things, how we choose our books, how we do our cycle time, how we plan, how we using the curriculum, and all of that. So I'll leave those videos in the description box down below. I also have a video of our 2021 academic year update or review or recap. I will leave the video in the description box, so you can watch that video to just recap on how our 2021 academic year went. I can come and say bye to our family. See you later.